Okay, like to welcome everyone back to Driver2Wedge, and today I have a good friend and comrade of mine, Terry, aka Stripper, affectionately known as Stripper. And as we get into this interview, I'll detail how he got that name. It's gonna be a funny story.
That's important.
Yeah. So the person that's taking a walk up the fairway with me today, who's going to rap with us, gives us some information and insight in terms of his introduction to golf, what the game of golf has done for him, what it means to him, is a good friend of mine, Terry C, aka Stripper. All right, young man, how you doing?
Good evening, sir. Doing good. How are you?
Okay, you looking even better, man.
Hey, I'm trying. I got to keep up with you.
You look like you in peak golf shape right now in the off season.
I don't know how peak this is, but I'll be ready.
Okay. All right. So, Stripper.
Yes, sir.
Give us some background information. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like you said, my name is Terry Cumberbatch, given name Terrence. Born in Georgetown, Guyana, South America. Raised in Queens and Brooklyn, New York, and currently residing in Schenectady, New York. Employed by Verizon Communications, 34 years and counting. Hopefully, not too many more. Brother's getting tired.
You're looking forward to golfing every day, huh?
Yes, sir. Well, not every day, because golfing could be very expensive. So.
Oh yeah, that's.
I don't know if we can do that on retirement pay.
It is the one sport that I say that every time you play, you pay.
Oh yeah, you do. Yes, you do, sir.
Yep. So currently, any community events or activities that you are part of that you contribute to, that you'll like our audience to know in terms of your some things that you're doing, some community activities or involvement?
Well, right now, no community activities. I'm only following the missus with her school board stuff.
Okay.
Lending her my support in that area. My volunteering days they're done. Volunteer through my kids playing sports, coaching football, coaching basketball, coaching baseball. But it's time for me to kind of like settle back and do my own thing, That's why I got playing golf.
Okay. So let us know, how did you get into the game of golf, and what was your introduction?
Well, my introduction was one summer, August, can't remember the year. Verizon was on strike. So we were on the picket line. And a couple of my coworkers, we do like a 2-hour picket duty. So a couple of my coworkers was like, we're going over to the driving range. I was like, driving range? Golf? He was like, yeah. I said, yeah, nah, not me. That's not for me. So they was like, listen, just come and try it, see how you feel, and I'm guaranteeing you to like it. I said, all right, I'll try it, but I'm telling you, it's not a sport for me. I said,
did you have clubs? So I take it you didn't have clubs. Okay.
I did not have anything.
Okay.
So when I went to the driving range, I was using the clubs supplied by the course. Mm-hmm. So I got up to the tee, and my first swing, ball went to the side.
Went to the side of you?
To the side of me, hit the little bay divider. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's how I missed that. I played baseball. Mm-hmm. I got good eye-hand coordination. Thereon, I was like, you know what? Competitive nature in me took over, and I was like, yeah, I'm a master of this game. I'm not going to let this game defeat me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us have a story that's similar to that, especially being an athlete. Some people like to use the term former athlete because we no longer play those sports that we grew up playing or having aspirations to playing at a very high level. That when you see that ball in front of you, you have something, that club in your hand, you just think that it's going to come easy the way everything else came in terms of applying your physical prowess to it.
Of course.
But
You're
nope.
absolutely right.
And I almost know you swung as hard as you possibly could
As
swing.
hard as I could. I was trying to hit a 4-run. I was trying to hit a grand slam off the first tee. It was so humiliating and so humbling. You know what I mean? That's the thing about this game. It's very humbling.
Yep. Tell us how the game has benefited you since you've been playing.
I've gotten to meet very interesting, very down to earth brothers such as yourself. It's become like a social network for me now. All of the things that I thought I was going to lose from playing those sports, the competitive edge, the competitive nature, just the pure adrenaline, it's filled every single one of those slots.
Ooh, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Yes, and that's how it is. We're adrenaline junkies.
Yeah.
Like that, you like that feeling of that excitement that you get that in the pit of your stomach when you're doing something, you're about to do something, you're really excited about it. And that's the feeling that I get from golf.
Okay, all right. Since you've been playing, what's the best course you can say you played on?
Officially now, and this was like a bucket list. Bethpage Black.
Oh, okay.
I just
you took
played
it to
that.
The Black, huh?
I went to the Black. I didn't try to beat around and go anyplace else. You know me, I go straight for the gusto.
All or nothing.
All or nothing.
You don't lay up. There's no laying up.
No, sir. Go hard or go home.
Yeah.
So I played Black. And again, another humbling situation, brother.
What made it humbling? Was it what about the course? Because you hear the stories. Some of them are horror stories from people that's playing it for the first time. What made that experience for you?
Those horror stories didn't do it justice.
Wow.
Because the sand traps. You get into a sand trap and you know how you try to advance the ball? Not me. I was chipping out of the sand trap to go forward. So I was taking another stroke just to get out of the sand
just
trap.
To get up. Wow.
And
okay, well, then let me say this then. Then it appears that you have adopted the term course management into your game because you are the in that sand track a year ago, you grabbing a hybrid trying to get it to the green.
Get out, yes, sir. But I learned my lesson. After it, well, you got to understand, it took me 2 tries to do it. But then you get that saying in your head. Listen, just chip out. Take the medicine. You know what I mean? It's almost in your voice. I keep hearing, stripper, just chip out. Stop it over, stripper.
So I kind of played it with you then.
Yes, you did.
Did you find yourself? Because I'm thinking about it as you described this. Did you find yourself, because it's such a premier course or world recognized course, having the desire to just want to play better or play it okay, not necessarily just hack around? So you just you understand what I'm asking?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. The concentration level was definitely greater that day than any other date I've ever played. Because I felt like I wanted to fit in. I felt like I wanted to feel like I deserved to play that course. And I wasn't just coming out there to cut their grass,
do some landscaping.
Some serious landscaping.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and for the first 3 holes, I played it well. I played par, bogey, and then when I got in trouble in the sand trap, that's when I started to become a little humble.
Oh, okay.
Because you can get that false sense of security when you play a course like that for the first couple of holes really well. Yeah. You start saying, "Oh, I can do this." Of course, that one little mishap.
Yeah, you lose your discipline. You figure, you know what? Oh, I got this.
Yes, sir.
And the course is designed certain ways for a reason.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
And I learned that the hard way.
name the places you travel because of golf, because of the game of golf.
Um, the furthest I've gone so far is to Orlando
Okay.
to play. Otherwise, it's been local.
Okay.
Saratoga National. I've gone up to Rochester to play. Oriskany Falls.
Hmm.
I went up to the Poconos and played there. But this year, um, it's with great pleasure, I guess I can say that I'm going to attempt to play golf courses in the Dominican Republic.
Okay. All right. That should be fun. Should be fun. Make sure you
Yeah,
stay
I've already
concentrated.
had some.
You stay
I already had
concentrated on
some.
playing. Do you believe in the term "bit by the golf bug"? And if so,
Yes, I do.
when would you say you were bit by it? And what did that look like?
I can't even describe what it looked like,
Mm-hmm.
but I know I was bitten that first day.
Wow.
That first day when I missed that ball. And I just stood there and I kept looking at it. And I was like, what?
Like it was going to do something different.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a minute. And then, that's when like I said, that competitive nature starts to take hold. And, playing the physical sports, you dial it up.
Yes.
To do better. And I've learned with golf, you got to go the opposite way.
That is a great point. You don't hear, I don't know if I've ever heard that in relation to comparing the sports mentality or where you need the things, the almost the metaphysical and mental things that you need to do.
Yes.
I love that you just made that comparison in terms of
one of the in coaching, whether it be the basketball, football, or baseball, I always used to tell the kids, you have to be the opposite of your coach, or the coach has to be the opposite of their players. When they're at their highest peak, you have to be at your lowest and your calmest moment, because that's the balance. I mean, if you have two over anxious groups, it could go out of control.
Gotcha.
So one complements the other. And that's how I look at it, and this is something that you taught me. You have drilled this inside my head. You're like stripper. Golf is played between the ears.
Yeah.
And like the West Indians say, stick break in my ears. I don't listen too well. It's the hardest thing to do is to stay within yourself playing golf.
Plus we everything we've been a part of from the time we've been knee high to a grasshopper, we've been conditioned to win, perform, and do well at such a high level. Yes. Even if it's just in our little small peer group on our block, in our neighborhood, we were the alphas of that. So now when you get on the golf course, you not only compete in the street. I always say there's 3 levels of competition. It's you against the course, you against your fellow playing group who's in that group that day, but it's also you against your last performance or what you think your best performance can be.
Yes.
So we never leave outside a realm of competition. Soon as we walk on pull up to the golf course.
Listen, it begins after the last hole. Going to bed at night. Inside my head, I'm reviewing every swing, every putt, because I'm like, I have to remember that next time I play. Yeah, it never translates though. That's the funny thing about it. If I can be as consistent playing golf, oh my goodness, you'd probably see me on the PGA.
Yeah, I'll be caddying for you instead of interviewing you.
No, so I think you'll be playing right beside me.
All right, stripper. Can you share both a profound and funny event that has happened on the golf course?
Yeah. Well, you witnessed it.
Okay.
What hole was that at Capitol Hills?
4.
That par 4 on the backside.
Short par 4.
Short par 4, the backside before the par 5 on the water.
Mm-hmm.
So I stepped up there, and it's always a decision on what club you're going to hit, whether it's going to be a driver. This is a shorter par 4. Okay, let me dial down a little. Let me go play an iron. Mm-hmm. Then with the iron, it's like, how hard are you going to swing to get it to this 200 distance? And I decided I'm going to use my 4-iron and swing easy.
You're going to play it safe.
I'm going to play it safe.
All right, so that's not my game. Let me give the picture. It's a short par 4, but it's tree line to the left.
Both sides.
To both lefts, but there's a creek that runs from the back of the tips, the black tee box, all the way behind the hole. There's a water creek that runs the whole right side of that hole. Mm-hmm. So what you want to do is you definitely want to get it in play,
right?
But you can find water because the hole slopes from left to right,
right?
And the creek is on the right.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So I stepped up to the tee, take your customary practice swing. I swing, hit the ball, and it shoots off to the right. So I'm looking at this ball. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the ball, and inside your mind, you're cussing.
Yeah.
So I took the club in one of my fits of anger, and I flipped it.
No, you didn't flip it. You threw it.
Okay, yes, you're right. I threw it. I didn't want to admit that, but I threw the club, and I didn't realize that I had chucked it that far, but the club flip, hit your cart, bent, and landed right there on the ground.
How far was my cart from where the tee box was?
Oh, what you say, about 30 yards, 40 yards?
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
So now the funny part of the story is I'm playing with you and Anthony, and for the next 2 holes, you guys did not say one word.
That is true.
Not one word, but I can see that you guys was like, oh my God, I don't believe he did that. So finally, when I broke the ice, we laughed for the rest of the
What was funny, from the time the club hit the ground, we finished that hole, played the next hole, which was a par 3, and then we were on the par 5 in the middle of the par 5 fairway.
Yeah.
And you said, yo, you mofos could talk now. It's all right, I'm good. And we just all started laughing. So we played almost 3 holes, saying a word to each other.
A word. And it was like I was looking at your faces, and you guys had this look of.
That's true.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Yeah, that was crazy. That's one for the ages right there. You just came out of the blue in the middle of the the 8th hole fairway. You said, "Yo, I'm good now. You mofos can talk now. All right, we gonna be all right." All right. Yeah. So, okay. Next question. What's in your bag? What is your club setup?
I have, like your show, Driver2Wedge. Mm-hmm. I have the driver. I use a 3-wood. Okay. I have the 4-iron, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, pitching wedge, an approach wedge, 56 degree, and then my putter.
Okay.
Oh, and a ball retriever.
No, I don't know why you carry that, because like I was telling somebody the other day, I've never known you to lose a ball.
I don't know how true that is.
Nah, I was just joking. I said me and Terry got a running joke. We always say he never lose a ball.
Hole in the pocket trick.
Yes. Are you brand? I mean, I know this, but I'm asking anyway. Do you have a mixed bag, or do you play all of just one particular brand? and has it always been that way?
Well, like I like to say, I have a contract with Adidas.
Yes, you do. Adidas.
So I am strictly Adidas. I've been with Adidas since I was a kid playing. I used TaylorMades.
Yep.
The only brands that I change is sometimes the ball. I'll use Titleist, Bridgestones, or TaylorMade.
Okay, but sometimes you change those during a hole.
Yeah, whatever I find, I keep.
You start the hole with a TaylorMade, but on the putting green,
it might be a strict on.
That's true. What's your favorite club? What's your go-to club?
My go-to club is a 6-iron.
6-iron, okay.
Yeah, for some reason, I seem to hit that club very well. A lot of people say, that I should use that because I can hit my 6-iron about 200 yards.
I tell you that all the time.
Why don't you play off the tee with that? But stubbornness. Got to get that driver 260, 270. So.
But when you catch it, I mean, we got a good group of guys that we play with. Probably been playing. I've been playing the game 10 years now.
Yeah, same time.
I don't think I've seen a person that's not on a professional circuit, whether it be PGA or PGA professional who's playing that hits the ball as far as you.
Oh, thank you. I
with any
that.
Club through the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit your pitching wedge 170 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's pro club head speed right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's from playing baseball. Plus the wrist action.
Okay. All right. What's the best round you've shot?
Best round I've shot it maybe 6 times, 83.
Okay.
I had an opportunity to shoot lower than 83 one time, but I messed up the final hole.
Was it a blow up hole, or you just didn't make a putt or something?
No, I messed up off the tee.
Okay.
And, I found in my game, if I can't get off the initial tee, it'll mess my round up. So once I'm doing good getting off the tee, I can score if I can do it consistent.
Okay. Yeah, I witnessed that. Okay, we have the next segment is called Rapid Fire, and in Rapid Fire, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and you're going to have to choose one or the other.
Okay.
All right. Let's start. Well, given that the podcast is called Driver2Wedge, I have to ask you, driver or wedge?
Driver.
Okay.
Chicks love the long ball.
I like that. Ride or walk?
Ride.
Okay.
So I should walk.
Okay. Practice or play?
Play.
Okay. Let me tell you. Hold on. We'll rewind a little bit. When the question is ride or walk. What I found why I like to walk is because most of the time we get to the golf course and we jumping out the car going right to the tee box.
Right.
For some reason, no matter what shot we hit off the tee, walking to your ball kind of gives you a little bit of a warm up. It loosens you up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm a big proponent for walking.
And I know sometimes I walk some. I need to do it more. I know that. And the thing I find about walking is it allows me to settle my mind.
Great point.
The walk to the ball, it gives me an idea of what I want to do next instead of rushing up there in a cart. And, I think that's what the advantage is to walking.
Okay. I agree with you. Do you prefer to practice or play?
I play. Practicing is that Allen Iverson. You talking about practice, not a game.
I've been trying to tell you. Hank Haney said the 80-20 rule.
Yes,
you have to practice 80% of the time to enjoy the 20% of the time you play better.
I agree.
You gotta practice more than you play.
And that's where I have to become a bit more disciplined to practice it. Because
especially
I do know that there was one year that I was going over to to Muni over here in Schenectady. And I was there consistently, like for an hour and a half, just chipping and putting. And my game improved. And that's when I shot my first 83. I have to admit that, but it's just a matter of getting yourself motivated to go out there by yourself. You know, if I was going out there with somebody, I'd be more determined to do it. But to do it by myself, that's where I lose the interest.
I know some people, and we both know them who we play with, that can't play around the golf by themselves. Can you go out on the course and play by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
and that's how I like to practice. Okay, I'll go over to our stadium and I'll walk 9.
Okay,
and that's how I use my time to practice, by just walking 9 holes.
Okay. You know? All right. Do you like watching men or women play golf, like on television, and why?
I watch both. But
you got to choose men or women.
I like the men because it's comparable to myself. I like to think. And to see the professionals make the same mistakes that I do, that's encouraging.
Okay.
It is. You see them hitting into the woods, but the only thing is they have spotters and I don't. I gotta go find
That's
them
true. That's true. And you always do, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Going around the golf, 18 holes, you have an option to either hit every fairway with your driver 275, 280, or make every 10-foot putt. Which one you choose?
10-foot putt.
Oh, wow. Okay. There was a time you would not have chose that.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be very honest, that is the one place that I've improved is my putting.
Okay. I'll take the putt as well. Okay. Do you bring food or snacks, or do you buy those things at the course?
Most of the times I bring.
Okay.
Because I don't like the break in between, stopping at the concession stand to get something to eat. It kind of I'm rhythmic.
Yes.
I like the my flow to remain the same, so I like to continue on. And that little break in action throws me off. But unless I stop and get a shot of bourbon because I'm playing bad, and that you'll have to explain the stripper.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm not gonna let this conclude without getting to that. Plus, as you said, it kind of throws you off. In this game of golf, we can find anything for a reason for the bad shot. Yes. So we got to eliminate as many of those variables as possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Shorts or pants?
Shorts.
Okay. All right. So that was a good segment of rapid fire. You gave me some pertinent information.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
So let me get into why I call you stripper. Now, people, listen. Go ahead.
And when you're finished with this, I'll give you a little story of what just recently happened.
Okay. Okay, so me and Terry, we've been playing golf. I want to say we're going on about 5 years together at this particular point. Both of our skill levels pretty much comparative of the same, But every time he got to the golf course, he kind of inspired me as far as my golf attire. I've always was a fashion guy, but that was me. But he was I would say my peer at that particular time. Everything tailor-made, everything Adidas to the T. Hat, he come layered. His gear was always pressed, shoes clean. He'll have on a hat. He'll have on a shirt, a vest over the shirt, the belt, the shoes, everything tailor-made. I mean, you think he was the poster card, like he had an endorsement for Adidas golf. But I tell you one thing, with all of that stuff being on, and it took me a little while to realize this over playing with him over a couple consecutive weeks, or for about half a season, or just playing in the same group with him.
Mm-hmm.
You can always tell how he's playing because midway or somewhere in the round, how he started in terms of his attire would not be where he was at the end of it. He hit a bad shot, the hat comes off. He hit another shot or missed a putt, he's taking the vest off. Next thing you know, he got his shirt untucked. Like so I just started calling him stripper because I mean if he took off anything else, I would have had to start tipping him.
Start tipping.
So I just been calling him stripper for at least the last 5 or 6 years.
Oh, and the name is stuck. Trust me.
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, you can always tell how he's playing. And we could be on the same golf course playing in a different group. He could be in one fairway, I could be in another fairway. I could look across and tell how he's playing based on what he still has on.
My attire.
His attire. So that's how I affectionately gave him the name stripper.
Yes, sir. So now to add to that, Lou Copeland had his retirement event over at Hudson Valley. So I'm standing there, and Big O, Jamaican O, Orville, not Orville Abrams, but the other Orville. He comes in, his wife, I believe it was his 2 daughters, and I'm not sure if it was his sister-in-law or his sister. And he walks up to me, we haven't seen each other in a while. We give each other that pound, that hug. And then he proceeds to introduce me to his family. He says, honey, this is stripper.
You meeting him for the very first time?
I'm meeting his wife and daughters for the first time. So now, mind you, this is the look from them all. Because they just heard stripper. So now I'm like, no, not that kind of stripper. It's a long story. And then you can see like the relief going.
Oh man, I tell you what, this game of golf takes you a lot of places, man.
Yes, it does, brother. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So he introduced you as stripper for the very first time to his family and his wife. I met his family. Boy, that's golf for you, man. You gotta love it. You have to love it.
Yes, it is. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay, so what's your goals for, we live in the Northeast, and, from almost November to April, pretty much, we're pretty much down. It's winter up here. Mm-hmm. Going into this off season, and what is your goals for next season? Because I always believe that golf is a target-oriented sport.
Yeah.
Anytime you hit a golf ball, you should always have a target.
My goal for this year, it's a goal that I set every year. I want to be at least 5 strokes, if not 2 or 3 strokes better than I played the year.
Okay.
I was able to accomplish that this year. I was shooting close to 95, 93 was around that I was shooting. And next year, my next goal is not only to shoot 5 strokes better, but learning to keep the ball in the fairway with the driver. All right. Okay. And that's going to mean me just hitting the ball 230, 240. Stop trying to go for that long, And I started doing that at the end of the season. So now I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the swing that I had, my form and everything, and try to, when the season starts, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out and I'm going to work on that form and try to keep the ball in the fairway.
All right.
Like when we played at Edison. Was it Edison? Or no, Mohawk. Mohawk Country Club. And I kept the ball in the fairway. And you guys was like, oh, wow.
We in trouble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anthony felt my wrath.
Yes. I tell you one thing, it made, at least for me, I knew at that particular point, okay, I got to watch him. I gotta focus in. There ain't no more just joking around and having fun. Because if you keep, it's only because your distance. Like when we coming into greens with 8, 9 iron, you coming into greens because of your distance off the tee with wedges.
Wedges.
So a wedge is easier to control. because it's so much loft to you know, your miss dispersion shrinks a lot with a wedge in comparison to a mid iron. You know, so when you off the tee, you sometimes 20, 25, 30 yards past our best shot for shot.
Yeah.
So you gotta concentrate now, because if you got that going, it's like, and then your putter was hot that day too.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man. So we always wish each other well, but in the back of the mind, you want to say,
I know, it's like,
man, where this blow up hole gonna come at?
Like hoping I slice this one. Come on, put this one in the woods.
I need a 7 on this card from somewhere. I need some breathing room right here. I need that 7 to show, that 7 or 8 to show up somewhere.
Yes.
But it's just good fun.
Those can destroy rounds, those 7 and 8.
Oh man.
So
yeah, you gotta avoid the doubles. I try to take that from Tiger. Tiger said avoid the doubles the best you can. Avoid bogeys on par 5s. Eliminate the penalty off the tee. Even a punch out is considered to be like a penalty off the tee. So just certain things that you just try to keep in mind when you plan the course. Par 5, you don't want a bogey, and try to make every up and down you possibly can, especially a makeable one. But I'm gonna just say to you before we conclude, Stripper, it's been great having you, not only as a golf partner, but as a friend, a comrade.
Hey, we even rival in football, Jets and the Ravens.
Yes, please don't. We're gonna keep it on golf. I'm so glad you didn't see me a text message at the end of that AFC Championship game. But
I was in no position to talk about anyone's football team.
I haven't even watched no segment outside of golf of any football since last Sunday. Yeah. Or Saturday, whenever it was.
Yeah, I'm glutton for punishment. I'm always watching.
So, but at least you got put out your misery early.
4 plays. 4 plays into the season.
4 plays into the game. There's nothing like holding on to hope, taking you the long way. Oh man, so you can only imagine. But you know me, I've always keep things in perspective, and I always say to myself, these jokers don't even know we rooting. You know what I'm saying? I can't take it more. They going home today. $250,000 mansions and
and all of that stuff.
Yeah, they flying to Cancun tomorrow. Right. We still got to worry about National Grid. You know what I'm saying? So. But we got to get together. Stripper, I want to thank you for being a part of the program, for supporting everything you do, everything you've done for me, as far as on the golf course, as far as personally, professionally, socially. You're my guy. You always will be. Let's stay connected, all right?
Honor. It's an absolute honor, brother. I appreciate it.
Okay, let's continue to support Driver2Wedge. And in closing, I'd like to say, let's continue to support what I'll term to be our golf culture, because golf is not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Right.